My major drilling that I did around my game had most to do with my balance. So I used to try and drill a lot of on drives. Feel like I had a really good balance between my feet. I used to tell myself as well to see the ball with my right eye. So I'd try and take my right eye exactly to where the ball was coming from, not my left eye. See a lot of guys in their stance and their head's a little bit over like that. They're going towards their ball with their left eye, and then if you get a little bit out with that or a little bit early, that's when you start falling across your stumps, which was always an issue for me. So I tried to go the other way, use my right eye, take that towards the bowler, open my left foot up a little bit to give me some access to hit the ball hard down the ground.
So would you almost accentuate that taking your lick? Can I throw you a few and just talk us through it? So you're almost exaggerating where that is as a drill.
Well, it's very rare in the game to see an on drive where you actually move your front foot outside the line of the stumps and hit an on drive like that. Still an on drive mostly in our games, played off stump, hitting in front of your pad a little bit and hitting the ball down to long on. But I tried to, as you say, accentuate that movement and actually get the feeling of what it felt like to stay a little bit on the leg side of the ball to get great access towards the ball.
So do you want him on the full or on the bounce?
Probably be easy for me on the full already. Leaving that, just staying up nice and tall, trying to hit the ball with a straight bat.
The other thing you used to do was you'd hit some drives without actually moving your feet. What were you trying to do there?
Well, I was trying to slow down my initial movement. My initial movement was to get my wrist cocked early and look to play off the front foot. And when I was playing really well, upon release, my front foot would be floating and my front foot would be in the air when I was playing really well. When I was playing badly, on release, I'd already moved and I'd get stuck in that position there. And when you're stuck in that position there, you get rushed and you're always working across your front pad, and that's not a position anyone wants to get into. So the stationary footwork drill for me was all about being balanced. I used to open the foot out a little bit as well, so that was a little bit easier to take your weight towards the ball if you've got your foot turned out a little bit. If you're square here, it's really hard to get your weight into the ball. You can't bend your front knee and you can't take your head or your weight towards the ball. So if I was doing front foot stuff, it'd be a little bit open with my front foot, get a bit of flex through my knee, stay still, hit the ball late,
LBW to the cameraman.
under the eyes, and just to try and slow down that initial movement.
Would you do that every practice?
No, not all the time. And to be honest, it was something I probably did towards the back half of my career, so I can argue if it actually worked or not. But it just got to the stage where I started moving earlier to try and give myself a little bit more time, and all I ended up doing was giving myself less time, getting in bad positions. So I had to find the drill that was going to work for me to stop that initial movement happening too early.
When you are coaching in the IPL and you're watching T20 and these guys are now hitting it so far, 360, what sort of drills are the young batsmen doing now to try and get a bit more power into their game?
Well, that's what they are doing. They're practicing power. Right. They're actually practicing hitting the ball as hard and as far as they can every single session. I mean, they might go in and have a decent net like they're going to play in the game, but you can guarantee every guy will go from there, go out in the middle, do some range hitting and work out for themselves how they're going to hit the ball hard and how they're going to hit it far. But what you see with a lot of the young guys now, and I talk to some of our batters about it as well, if you think about what a baseballer does, very much a power-based game, they've got a wideish sort of stance, but they've always got their hands and their bat up. There's a couple of reasons for that. One, if you've got your hands and your bat up, it's easier, there's no weight in the bat. As soon as the toe of the bat is above your hands, the bat feels really light, you can swing it really quickly. If you've got the bat down here, all the weight's in your hands, you can't swing it fast, right? So a baseballer's here in that position, he's got his hands and his wrists cocked, sort of loads up, and then he's in a powerful position to hit the ball. Same when you're going down the wicket to spin. You're going down the wicket to spin, you want to be in this position here, right? You're in a powerful position, you're able to move and get a really solid, strong base with your feet, and then it's just one big hard swing of the bat from there.
Seems to me a lot of them are also going sometimes deep. They're going back and sitting right in front of their stumps. Why do they do that?
Well, they're doing that because most bowlers are trying to execute a Yorker. So if they're thinking if they get back in a powerful position here, and the bowler misses by only a few inches, really, they're in a really strong, powerful position to hit the ball from square leg pretty much all the way to long off. And then if they get wider than that, we've seen some. Josh Butler's a good one, yeah. When they're trying to bowl wide Yorkers as well, they've also come up with a way to combat that. So, you know, we talk about batters all the time scoring 360 degrees around the ground. That's what the bottom player does.
But just quickly, are they also going back to come forward to get that momentum back into the shot?
I don't think they actually move their feet a lot now. They end up moving into a very powerful position like a baseballer would, right? Baseballers here sort of loading up like that. I think that's what batters are doing. They're going back here, they're loading up here, getting into the very best hitters, and I'll class Josh Butler in that. They end up getting themselves in exactly the same position every time. So when they're in exactly the same position, they know exactly how far away they need to keep their foot from the ball so they can use the same bat swing on every shot, therefore hitting more balls in the middle of the bat.
I see you got the right bat for this, Dan.